Vegas, Nevada. It's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. Fielded in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 59 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
By number 25.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
The right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Where they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They'll run on first down. McLean taking it right down Broadway. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one 28 yards on the ground. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Baltimore.
A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He was north of 100 yards, the 2 scores, and, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Mahomes firing complete. The 30, 10, 4. He will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if If you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
And he's got room. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 57 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And again, it's Mahomes. It's complete to Brown, right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. From 13 yards out. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead. Point after here coming up.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
12.
Here's a play fake as he set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's going to happen right now. Or very
Lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
At
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 14. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're getting...
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
9-yard line.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down a sack back at the 16-yard line.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now left side on the swing pass.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts.
Gain of 5 yards.
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2.
Raiders 19.
They had it first and goal. 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw them. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
3-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. This one caught by Davis. This well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. And finding Davis here, the tight end. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Raiders first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Mahomes to throw once more. This pass caught at the 4. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive first and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's tackled at
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Mahomes going to throw. The counter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50.
To the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The extra point up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
A beautiful spin and room to run. He's at the 30. And he will be taken down deep in Las Vegas territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 48 yards. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates his starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and kept...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Baltimore.
A 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. This is why I could never make it as a quarterback at any level, especially the NFL. To have the poise to stay in that pocket, know you're going to take the hit, but still deliver it for a touchdown. Great play.
I have to agree with you on that one. When I see those hits coming, I'm wanting to exit the pocket. I'm getting the heck out of there. Instead, we just saw someone stay in there and make the throw downfield.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter. Mahomes now on first down. And he'll find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Mahomes. Quick slant to Brown. Mahomes. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the Ravens' 29-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
The running back, again, the ball.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Makes it third and 2.
Mahomes looking to throw on third and 2. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This drive's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete to number 80. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 16.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Comes and he goes down just inside the 10, back at the 9.
7 yards.
Man, he got in there there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he...
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
1st and 10. At their own 25.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The 27-yard line.
Let's take it in by his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
1st down, Ravens.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And a Raven 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Blitz coming, and down he goes. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
The pressure gets to him again. And the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout, as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Back to throw. Mahomes. He gets it to Brown. Complete. 20. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now Mahomes, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back row.
Entering screen resume.
But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He finds it open across the front. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 25 yards there on the catch and run. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Number 41. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Las Vegas, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.